Eccoci di nuovo in linea, eccoci qua per la seconda puntata del nostro One Future. Questa mattina sarà una mattinata tutta online. Abbiamo una serie di ospiti dall'ecosistema, soprattutto l'ecosistema finlandese, e poi a fine mattina la premiazione delle start-up. One Future, vi ricordo, è l'evento conclusivo del nostro ciclo di eventi che abbiamo fatto quest'anno, appunto Program.ONE, sul tema della One Health e delle tecnologie applicate al mondo della salute. E quindi partiamo stamattina e tra l'altro abbiamo una piccola novità, last minute abbiamo una persona in collegamento da Slash. Hi Sonia, how are you?
Hi, Roberta. So good to see you. Warm regards.
It's a pleasure to see you. It's a pleasure to see you. I miss you all a lot.
We miss you too, Roberta, a lot.
But I hope to come back to Helsinki as soon as possible. So, thank you for your time. I know you're in Slash, so I think that there, since it's 11 o'clock, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You started all your activities, and tell us something. First of all, I want you to present yourself.
Good. Yeah, let's start with that. So, hi everybody. Pleasure to be there online. My name is Sonia Malina, and I work as a senior advisor in a company called Helsinki Partners. Helsinki Partners is a city marketing, investment, and talent attraction company owned by the city of Helsinki here in Finland. We help companies to create sustainable growth in Helsinki. And here, we are at Slash. This is in the CBD Congress wing of Slash. So you're not seeing the disco type of atmosphere here. We have a lounge. Maybe you see some glimpses of that. And we have a Founders to Finland event just ongoing, and it's a full house. So we're expecting to have 2 more excellent days at Slash. And if somebody is not familiar with Slash, it's a tech event. I think the first time it was 2008. It gathers this year 12,000 people, of which roughly 4,600 are founders and 2,600 are pure investors. So we're looking at a lot of deals and a lot of interesting discussions in the next few days.
Thank you very much, Sonia. And what about this is the first day or the second day of the event?
If you ask me, this is the third day. So there's the day 0. Day 0 was yesterday. Then we had the day -1. And then today is the official launch. So we had our Prime Minister Sanna Marin just on the big stage to welcome everybody to Helsinki and to Finland and to open the whole event. And tomorrow will be the day 2. But as you might imagine, the whole week is filled with events, hundreds of events for every single interest you might have or any technology you might be interested in. So if you're not here this year, book it already for next year. Annual event. Good one.
Yes. Unfortunately, we did have this 2 days event in the same moment, and so unfortunately I couldn't come there. But I think that next year Slash will be in our agenda anyway.
Wonderful.
So Sonia, thank you very much for your time, and enjoy being there. And maybe we are going to get in contact soon. And I saw 2 people I know there passing. Tuukka, yes. I think is, and
yes, that was
and Joanna.
Exactly. Yeah. So might be a few more familiar faces inside the room as well. Exactly.
So greetings from me for all of you, and hope to be in Helsinki maybe before Christmas, but I don't know. I will let you know anyway.
Wonderful. Have a fantastic today, and thank you so much for having me. So I'll just
thank you, and thank you Helsinki partner for all the connection, also because this morning all the people that are going to speak in our online live are coming from the ecosystem that I have the chance to go through with you and with the 90 Days Fin initiative I was part of. So it's really it's been a great experience, and I know we are going forwards for other things to do together.
Thank you so much, and we were so lucky to have you part of the program. So good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Here. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Moi. Moi moi.
Moi moi.
Bye. Eccoci. Allora, intanto è stato un grande piacere perché appunto Sonia Mallin, come ha detto, fa parte di Helsinki Partners, che è questa organizzazione che è anche partner del nostro evento e che ha organizzato e organizza tutti gli anni questa iniziativa che si chiama il programma 90 Days Fin, a cui ho partecipato e che ci ha dato l'opportunità come Gravity di essere integrati insomma in questo fantastico ecosistema di innovazione del mondo finlandese. La Finlandia, oltre a essere sicuramente ranked come uno dei paesi, forse il paese più felice al mondo, ma nel senso che per la qualità della vita, insomma per la qualità delle attività, è sicuramente uno dei paesi in Europa più avanzati dal punto di vista dell'innovazione del mondo startup. Come avete sentito dalle sue parole, in questi giorni di Slash, oltre all'opening con la loro giovanissima e brillante primo ministro, in realtà rispetto insomma 2 anni fa, quando poi durante la pandemia non c'è stata la parte live, negli ultimi anni invece l'evento è caratterizzato da una grandissima presenza di start-up, di investitori, anche perché è uno dei più grandi eventi al mondo appunto sull'innovazione e sulle start-up. Proprio parte del nostro programma, intanto volevo ringraziare come sempre chi ha reso possibile, quindi CamSafe, Aglatech 14, Orbital 14 e Solution to Enterprise, che sono i nostri sponsor, e ricordo i partner, Helsinki Partner, Euroclays, Life Science Districts, Center for Complexity and Biosystem e Infomedica. Bene, allora entriamo nel vivo della nostra mattinata e a questo punto, visto che è già connessa, direi chiamo alla ribalta Minna. Hello, Minna. Are you connected?
Yes. Hello, Roberta. Hello.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So we just have this short but very nice greeting from Slash. And I'm so happy because we have the chance to meet during the 90 Days Fin as part of the program. And Minna Elomakrapu, PhD, is the Innovation Director in Customer-Oriented Well-Being and Health Services of Metropolia University of Applied Science in Finland. So it's also a very special definition about the customer-oriented well-being and health services. This is very unique, I mean, and I know since innovation is future, and it's important to understand also the role of the various stakeholder of the innovation ecosystem itself. Since in my recent journey there, I have really the chance to meet you all the team, and to see the fantastic infrastructure that you build up at Metropolia, I decided to invite, and it's so kind from you to be here with us today. And I would like you to start with your presentation, which is about the new role of the higher education institution as builder of the future, and the case of Simulation Hospital. Thank you very much, and please.
Thank you, Roberta, and I'm so honored to give you a speech. And now just Roberta asking, are you seeing my slides?
Yeah,
yeah, thank you so much, because this is always so exciting that the slides are so in correct way. So very pleased and happy to share some insights from Finland, insights about the future and how our education institution can take a leader role to build the future with the stakeholders, like you, Roberta, said, the world is changing, and we have to think that we are part of ecosystem, and we can take a responsible role in order to give possibilities for citizens, for society, and also in global level to grow and be sustainable. So if we are looking at challenges nowadays, this is just a few ones that has been markers that we have to think when we are also thinking our role like a higher educational institute. So in national level, in the field of social healthcare settings, I'm speaking a lot of health and social care settings today. In Finland, we have going on reorganization about how we give services to the citizens in the field of social and healthcare. And of course, we have clients and patients with multiple needs, so they are more and their situation are more complicated than ever. And of course, we have a huge lack of professionals in this moment, lack of nurses, lack of doctors, and of course social workers. So this is quite crucial thing that we have to take eye on also here in educational level. Also, we have a little bit pressures this movement to the cities, and the other parts of Finland are quite rare. The habitats are quite far away, so how we offer better services also for them. And of course, aging, loneliness, and a reduced birth rate are one of those challenges that we have to think how we can handle all the aging population, their services, their needs, and at the same time when we have shortage of social and healthcare professionals, and we don't get the babies so much anymore. And also the hectic and changing working life. How we can ensure that we have that kind of professionals in the future, that they are able to move on changing working life. And the few ones in the global level, we have all estimated this couple of years that what climate change are doing, not only for the environment, but also how they are affecting people's health. Natural disasters and catastrophes, wars are surrounding us. Corona pandemic has shown that we cannot resolve those pandemic challenges alone. We need multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary groups that we can make quick solutions to the people's everyday life. And also how we tackle cybersecurity threat even here in social healthcare field, and how all the digitalization that is going on can utilize that way that also our citizens, our people are able to take and adapt those different technological solutions in their care paths. So this is also very heavy thematic issues. And when we are looking at those themes, just one question, how we can make sustainable future and well-being for everyone? This is a crucial question. When we are talking about universities and universities of applied science, this is very important because we are educating to new professionals, and also we have to tackle those challenges and give that kind of skills for them, that they are also the change makers in
Minna, sorry.
Yes?
Sorry for interrupting you, but can you put your presentation, your slides in presentation mode, because we always see in the first. I don't know if you went through the presentation.
Yeah,
sorry.
I went. Sorry. Yes.
Maybe Okay, perfect. Now we are online.
Are you seeing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Did you see this? Are you online now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we see all now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So what we did here in Metropolitan University of Science, we thought that we cannot resolve those challenges without to make innovation platforms and hubs that are tackling those channels. So this first one is the customer-oriented well-being and health service. But the other is also what we are launching and developing is clear and sustainable solution, data-driven construction, functional city for people, and smart mobility. And people first thinking is always around us. And we are working together. So even what innovation hub, the expert, the stakeholders or students call, we are working together in an interdisciplinary way. And also digitalization is just a way to find the new solutions, but not the starting point. And what we think here is that when we are talking about the innovations or ecosystems, it means that we have to combine openly and multidisciplinary way our learning, RD activities, and business. And when we are combining all of these, it means that we have to take eye on and make a partnerships with the stakeholders, very wide way. So we think that we can take an active role for changing and to collect multidisciplinary groups. We that way can be more actively responsible ones in to changing the way of thinking or way of serving services for citizens, or even way to take a responsible role to be the first starter to kick something new out. And we want to be open. So everyone who is working with us, there must be some part that we can open for the whole society as much as possible. Of course, we know that there is business secrets. We don't share those. But even the process is very meaningful to open if we want to give more advice to the other stakeholders, how they can handle the same kind of issues. And as you saw, those innovation hubs and challenge days, our approach is very based on the phenomena. And we are trying to educate our students that way, that when they are confronting the challenges, they understand the phenomenon first, and then they are starting to find the resolutions in the disciplinary groups. So we are trying to make an impact, but not alone, just with the partnerships, and that it's very, very important. So about the case, I have one case how we have handled that and found our role in here in Helsinki area is our simulation hospital. So starting point was that we have huge simulation hospital settings here, 2,000 square meters of different kind of authentic environments, because we have operation room, emergency room, intensive care unit, ambulance, deliveries and consultation wards, and also home environment and rehabilitation environments. 2,000 square meters just for educational needs. But what about the other world? We are living that kind of world that we have to share our resources. And even in Finland, this is quite small country, so we have to make together. So one only sustainable solution is that we open these all platforms to other stakeholders. We open also our high-tech expertise. We have those a lot in the field of social healthcare, but also from data, IE, ICT, XR, 5G, automation, and EOT. So this all is possible to share with other stakeholders to develop something new, something innovative. And how we are doing that? We are doing that combining all those elements, RDI, learning, and business. This is very new way to think. So students have still their own curriculums in the field what they are learning. But on the other hand, we have to offer new modern platforms that they can learn something outside the curriculums. So we think that when we are inviting stakeholders that are coming in a side of RDI or learning or business, and when the students are coming in this multidisciplinary group, we can give such a talent that are needed in the future. So we think that we can reform RDI processes of the companies. We can open our vital RDI environments for the companies or researchers, and the students are part of that multidisciplinary group. And we can enable the new creative business activities and ideas for the companies. And our role is mainly in the starting points when company is starting their new business, or they have even just a business idea. So we can support the early phase development processes. And what is the main here is that we really want to make and increase the talent to make that kind of solutions that are building the needs of the whole society. So the need-based developing processes are very important, and that way, and that's why we are also taking citizens to be one stakeholders in our development processes. So what the students are going to learn in this kind of ecosystems or interdisciplinary groups, we think that outside from the curriculums, they are more strongly learning diversity of teamwork skills. They are more or better way learning communication skills, how to communicate between different sciences and professionals, because the concepts and the language is a little bit different with each occupation fields or sciences. And they have some ideas about the RDI projects, but also the commercial RDI projects when they are doing work with the companies. Then they get more deeper way understanding about the regulation and ethical issues that are going to be in the technical development processes. And of course, they are more able to assessment the technology from in the point of view of needs. When they are the future professionals, like the nurses, they have more understand, is that kind of solutions needed here in my hospital settings, in my work, or even the patient's life. And of course, they give a real good insights about the entrepreneur and management things. So they have real life contact about the entrepreneurial skills, what is needed when they are working with the companies. And of course, they have a better understanding what kind of communication and marketing skills they will need, even if they want to be maybe entrepreneurs themselves. But we are not doing this alone. So we found that we want to do that. We have settings, we have all the experts, but we also understood that this is just a part of bigger ecosystem and bigger needs of the companies. So we made ally with the city of Helsinki and University Hospital HUS. And together we are Health Proof Helsinki. So that part, Metropolia can cover preclinical settings, And because we are the mother of the concept, we are coordinating this ecosystem. But university hospitals are offering clinical settings and processes to the companies, and City of Helsinki are offering primary social and healthcare settings for the companies. And the main thing is that now that way we are doing a multidisciplinary research ecosystem. This is a very good way to students understand that only our university is just a part of something bigger. And they get insights about how different kind of big organizations can work together and also somehow complement each other's work and talents. And also the companies get in the same from the same door, from the same service path. They have also that multidisciplinary research professionals with them. So this is tackling just very well educational needs, the future educational needs, also economical settings here in Helsinki area, and also the talent and the skills of the RDI, what is concerning when you are developing medtech or health tech processes and new solutions or softs or whatever they are doing. So for us, it's very important that the students they are involved in these projects, not only in the cases that Metropolia are taking, that preclinical phase, but also they are having insights from university, hospital, clinical settings, and how medical high technology are developed, what kind of regulation processes they will have. And also they will understand how primary healthcare settings and social settings, what are the major challenging and how they can be working. And also they get insight how to work in those settings when they are graduating. And of course, those multidisciplinary technical issues we can also tailor in. So for example, we have cases that we are using XR to improve social and healthcare services. So what we are expecting, why we are doing all of this, why we are starting ecosystems by ourselves and inviting the stakeholders. As a higher educational university, we think that that's our main role, to educate future skills for the students, but also in the life learning principles to companies, RDI talent, or even our own teachers and other experts talents. So everybody is winning. And that way we think that when we are part of Health Proof Helsinki and we are offering it that lifelong learning education, we can increase sustainable and need-based technological solutions. Of course, here in Finland, here in Helsinki, but we are open also in international level. So we think that when we are the change maker, we can invite you all on the board and make a better life with us. And then we think that when we are also part of new solutions, innovating new solutions, we can make that way that they are more sustainable, more ethical way to done, and they are products that are needed in the real life. So we think that customer oriented, need-based are the keywords. So we are offering that kind of partnerships and solutions that in the early phase take eye on what is the real day needs that I can, as a company or my idea can fit. Not that I have very good technical solution and then I'm seeking who wants to buy it or who wants to use it, but the other way. And that we can offer citizens to be also the stakeholders in our case. So we are really expecting in the future years with this concept, we can increase the talent of every stakeholders, but also making something new, something sustainable together. And that's why we think that every higher educational institutes can take a change maker role and make better sustainable well-being for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Minna, for your speech, and it's very interesting. I mean, the importance of education and how to build up people that are able to bring this kind of technologies, because sometimes when it comes to innovation, it seems that it's only technology driven. I think it's people driven, so it's trend driven in some way, so it's looking at the future, is looking at what's going on, and using technology as an enabling layer, and given the chance to understand what's going on around. For example, you mentioned how students learn, so also the ethical aspect, how to manage with these things, and the chance that I think that, for example, Helsinki Proof is not only unique in Finland, I think is unique in Europe in some ways, and but not only because you have this kind of infrastructure, is the way you carry on things and businesses and education in there. So I think this is very unique, and this is what really impressed me when I have the chance to visit. And also the fact that in Metropolia, which is of applied science, because maybe it's not clear for a foreign for foreign people, that you have these two aspects, a university that are focusing on applied science, and other university that are on research or theoric science in some ways. So and both you collaborate with all the stakeholder or the ecosystem. And I was impressed by the fact that at Metropolia you don't have you don't have only health, but also buildings. You have also building engineering and all what is connected to wellness in some ways, not only innovation in building up infrastructure such as building. The building itself of Metropolia is really interesting, is an example of futuristic application of what is right now available, and is a experimentation. I was also in the test area in which you test all for example, IoTs and so on related to home environment, and so is the connection between different knowledge and different competencies that brings out value.
Yeah, that's correct, Roberta. It's very important that we might have good environments, good technologies, but they are just the way to do it. But the how and what kind of pedagogical or partnership choices we are making, that's the crucial one. And how we engage the citizens, be a part of developmental processes, and how we really can together resolve the challenges. That's the main thing. The way we are working and the mindset.
Yeah. And also I was impressed because apart these kind of things happening in particularly environments such as the university, but in Helsinki, there are part of the city itself that are completely open data test bed for mobility, for urban tech. And so this is very interesting because it's involving the population, is involving the real world within, and so co-create also and build up a future with the people, also enabling them to understand more and more, which are the advantage of empower themselves with knowledge and the ability to participate to this kind of development. This is really a great approach. Okay, yeah. So thank you very much, Minna, and hope to see you soon, maybe in Helsinki. Yes, and now I would like to speak with Toini Hara, which is principal lecturer, Metropolitan University of Applied Science, Helsinki. Toini, are you online?
Yes, I'm here. I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you, we can't see you.
Well, I have started but there is, host has stopped it. So if host will open my video, it's open.
Let's see if we have some, maybe also problem by us. I asked our technique. Abbiamo, non riesce a far parte, non so se è un problema video suo. Sì, Toini.
Now I think
maybe you have to start your webcam.
Now it should.
Okay, perfect. Now we see you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here. And Toini Hara is principal lecturer at Metropolitan University of Applied Science in Helsinki. So you're a colleague of Minna. And we have the chance to speak before this event because you're carrying on many activities, especially in apply innovation for aging population. Also because the aging population is one big issue in Italy, in Europe, in all the world, but at least in Europe. And the fact is, carry on activity to guarantee a better life for people in the third, fourth age, but also to allow to prevention, for example, and how to also help the national healthcare system in maybe spend less and better for them. Also because all the technologies that are now available, but not only the technologies are can enable this kind of support. Mm-hmm. And also when we talked last time, we were really, we agree about the fact that the approach to this has to be changed because we think usually about many things on the people or monitoring in some ways, and we agree that it will be in future more and more the environment taking care of us. Mm. So I would like you to start with your presentation. Now okay. We check since we don't want to, don't want to maybe to interrupt you. Let's check the presentation before you start. So if you can share the.
Let's see if you can see it.
And you have to go to presentation.
Are you able to see it?
Oh, perfect. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to invite me here. So I'm happy to have this presentation concerning innovation for an aging population and how we have shared all our experiences in Tuttunet platform. As you said, this is a really challenging for us that working age ratio to old age people will almost double in next 40 years. But somehow we can also think that, well, is it really challenge that people are aging, or is it more challenging that we don't have enough people in working age. So this is something we are talking about now in our remote projects. The other thing is that in Finland, about 35% of plus 65 Finnish people are living alone. So they don't have couples, they don't have families around them. So they need more assistance from public side or other side if they need this assistance. In Finland, we are quite digitalized. So there we are quite skilled and we are using digital technology quite a lot. In same time, there are, for example, 190,000 home care users. And most of them, they are not able to use these digital solutions. And this is why we are developing these kind of solutions that you don't need to do anything, but your environment is adapting to your life and it's helping you and aging people to live promotive and promotive way, so that it's somehow a preventive environment what we need in future. And here are three different pictures of aging people. Very often when we are talking about aging people, we think them as the one big group, but it isn't. And I'm sure that you all know this, that there are different kind of faces. And at least we can find three different phases. After retirement, when you have suddenly 8 hours per day more time, what do you do with this time? Do you use it for your own well-being, or do you do voluntary work or help your younger families, your daughter's daughter, or something else? Do you travel a lot around the world, or what kind of things you are doing? What is important is in that phase, if we think about this digitalization and digital solutions, is that we start to use them early enough, so that when our memory skills are good and we are able to learn new things, this is the time when we should start to use these solutions. And I would say this is the final time to start it. Of course, we are quite used to use them, but also this kind of preventive digital solutions might be good to start in this phase. Before we get us to this preparative phase, when we are feeling that, well, my body is not functioning as it has been, and I can find that I don't remember so much. I have difficulties to learn new things. So we start to think, am I able to live in this house, this flat, later on when my skills will be more worse, or what can I do? Do I need more help? Can I use new kind of solutions? So what kind of living conditions are needed? And the last phase is when we are dependent on others' help. This is the last phase, but very often when we talk about aging people, we see aging people in this phase. But this is the last one, and this is the phase when we are not so able to learn new things, and we can't go out, we can't participate community life so much as we have done before. So by using digital solutions, we can bring life and world into house. And I think that then the special issue for this digitalization is to make a life meaningful when you can't go and make yourself and make yourself to live a wonderful life. In our heart is aging people. In this HIPPA remote project that we are conducting now, we are helping companies to develop digital solutions for aging people. And this is, I think, not so usual around the world, that education, higher education is helping business. But we think that when we can help business to understand better the life of aging people, when we can help them to understand the needs and expectations and preferences of aging people, we can help business to build up and develop solutions that are needed and that which are easy to get in use. And here you can see some values that are important for us. We want to enable aging people to live, to feel them equal with other people, and to have this justice and parity and involvement, so that through digitalization we can help aging people to live a good life by themselves and to live life that is looking like their own life. So there are some values as well that we think that these digital solutions need to meet, as user-friendly, accessibility, health secure, and they should be also resource-wise. So horizontal principles of EU is helping us with these, and also these sustainable goals coming from UN. And this is the TuttuNet, where we have published all our resources from previous HIPPA projects that we have carried on. And also we are going to publish new resources that we are preparing now in this new project. So you can find them there, support for user-driven development. You can find them what kind of services we have in Finland. You can find business partners that we have had so far. Not all are mentioned there, but some of them, and also a lot of information and insights. And this is conducted also in English, so it's easier to get for your use. You can this is open access, so you can just go there. You can take whatever you need and want. This is what we are doing now. So user involvement is the main issue that we are carrying on. We have these co-creation sessions together with business, but we invite to these co-creation sessions also end users, such as aging people and staff members, relatives of aging people, and volunteers and other students, and our multidisciplinary team. We have real estate and construction engineers. We have ICT engineers, media technic, service designer, occupational therapists, gerontologists, and physiotherapists. So it's really our basic group. Our team is multi-professional, and so we invite students to come in there, and also students can facilitate these co-creation sessions together with us. And we are doing these tests and user trials together in both in our facilities in Metropolia and also in authentic environments of users. And we have sparring processes to business and business partners. So these three we are developing now so that we can use them remotely as well. So we are modeling these services for business, and these will be, as I said, they will be published in Tuttunet platform. But also we are doing this HIPPA search, which is based on real life stories of aging people, and you can search from there different kind of stories. We want to show how much varieties there is in aging people's life. And also we are doing this virtual co-creation and virtual environments for testing and user trials. Here is some data. So these transdisciplinary co-creation process model and tools are based on at least 25 co-creation systems. How we have modeled these tests and user trials, they are based on 24 different trials and sparring and training processes, models and tools. There we have 28 different processes. We have done go-to-market reports, and there is made these videos for marketing purposes for our business partners, and we have done these workshop series as well. And on this red side, you can find some more statistics concerning our activities, what we have done before. And here is one example about our processes, co-creation, testing, and user trial process. I want to be more concrete here. So this, for example, co-creation, we have had this kind of hublet solution, which is meant as a common use tablet. It's used in libraries and hospitals, but now they are interested in to bring it to service housing. And we have had with them this kind of co-creation session in which we developed the user trial process that we made in service housing house in Myllypuro. Also, it is important that it's research based and that ethical permissions are done. So we have tools for that, so that there are non-disclosure agreement, consent form, company collaboration agreement is needed to done. And we do together, we develop together this development plan, so that there can be also authentic environment involved in that, and also of course business partner and our team. And we have these briefing notes and co-create about, for example, co-creation, and briefing notes for testing and so. There you can find these tools. There are much more in this Tuttunet. You can find them there, and you can just download them, and you can make changes to there. So it's really made for use. After these applications for ethical issues and research issues, if it's needed, we invite participants, and they can be expert students. Of course, we have also every time there will be coordinator, development team, and testing environment representatives. And if we have, for example, this user trial done in service house, they can, of course, invite users and family members, volunteers, whatever they can. It's planned to have in this trial. And when we start to prepare the environment for the user trial, for example, it's mainly coordinator, entrepreneur, and testing environment representatives who will do that, so that it will fit to the environment. And then we need to have this guidance and training for implementation. And there we have also user family members and students involved. And these users, for example, are needed if they are, for example, collecting data, and if they are analyzing data, and so on. So, and if they are helping, if they will be the contact person for the authentic environment, and our entrepreneur and our team. So this is very important to have this contact during the implementation. And then, of course, we need to have this dismantling, and then this reporting phase also. And we have one who is responsible for the report, and then we ask, of course, other partners that they are happy with the report as well. And here you can see some business partners that we have had so far. And with these red frames, there are business partners that are involved now in our project. So there is multiple different kind of solutions that they want to develop together with higher education. And this is our network. We are not doing this alone. So this is what we have involved in Metropolia, for example, what kind of disciplines. And end users are really, really important in our activities, what we are doing. So we have NGOs, we have service housing centers, and we have private aging citizens who are interested in to collaborate with us. And they are, of course, volunteers and relatives also. And then we have this network with other higher education institutions in Finland, and other projects, program, and research institutes. And these international partners. I think that this is something very important we need to think about if we want to help aging people and help service house, public sector and private sector to take care of aging people. We need to collaborate together. Together we can make it. So please use tuttunet.fi. It's made for you. Take a peek and use.
Thank you very much, Toini. And I think that the tuttunet experience is really more than interesting, and also unique. And in your opinion, also because I saw there are many international partners, I hope that we can start doing something. So also Italy will be there in some ways. And also because the aging issue is something that we are addressing since 2-3 years, and try to understand what's going on, really, not only helping people, but also to build up what can be needed to bring this kind of things to the healthcare system, but not only. But in your opinion, do you think that in the EU we are doing enough for this, or we are not really? In some ways, we are under evaluating the impact of this issue about aging population. What do you think about?
Yeah, I think so too. We need more research on this area, absolutely. But I think that it's not so easy to evaluate the impact of these technical solutions.
Oh, yes, because it is a virtuous circle in some ways, because, for example, sustaining the cost, not only of health, but also the cost of pension and retirement, and so it is all the society is impacted by this issue, and it is about also try to understand how not to create a gap and also some struggle between generation.
Okay, yes, there are, and there are so many factors that are involved somehow. So we need to take all these into consideration. We need to find them and then find the way how to evaluate, how to collect data, what kind of data we need, and how we can collect it. But we are very eager to find it. So this is our next step that we are now preparing ourselves, so that it's more like research-based, these trials, so that we can really show to other people and organizations and purchases, so that they understand that this is really important, needed and helpful, and we can lay down these or not lay down, but the low costs of the care.
Okay, thank you very much, Toini. Hope to see you soon. And thank you a lot. And now we are moving further into technologies, because as we said yesterday and all this morning, we need technology for the future. But anyway, it's important also to understand how to enable all the people in building up their path and with the relation with technologies, and how to fill the gap in what is called the digital divide in some ways. And since Finland is investing really a lot in education in this issue, I invite Kristiina Lanko, which is Secretariat Artificial Intelligence 4.0 Program, Innovation and Enterprise Financing, Ministry of Economic Affairs and Employment of Finland. Nice to see you again, Christine.
Hi, Roberta. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Perfect.
Nice to see you. And
thank you. And since all the morning and also yesterday we talked about education, which is one of the main pillars of building up the future. Now you are going to tell us how the Finnish government is addressing really in a strong way this issue about enabling people to have a good relation with technologies, and especially with the artificial intelligence, which around this kind of technology, there are a lot of issues. So please go through your presentation. We will do a little check if you can share.
Yes, thank you so much. Just a moment, I'll share my presentation. Now, can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can see perfectly. So please,
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you for the invitation. And it's a great pleasure to see you again, Roberta, and to speak to you all today. And as introduced, my name is Kristiina Lanko, and I represent the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Employment of Finland and the Finnish AI 4.0 program. And in my presentation, I will mainly focus on the topic of Finnish national AI policy by giving a brief introduction on our current AI program and a little bit of the background prior to the current program. So in Finland, in general, AI holds a very significant place in our national policy objectives. And when we talk about AI, we also talk about, of course, other technologies that relate to it. And we are committed to building a trust-based data economy by encouraging especially sustainable digitalization, increasingly based on the deployment of AI and other innovative technologies. And when we talk about innovative technologies, we in Finland focus particularly in using and utilizing the opportunities of, as said, AI, 5G and 6G, supercomputing and quantum computing, and the possibilities they can offer to our industry. So, in Finland, we have also set a goal of becoming carbon neutral by 2035 and being the first fossil-free welfare society. So this is something that is very crucial when thinking about technology and digitalization overall. And when thinking about the big picture, we understand that also consumer habits are changing, and this generates a growing demand for products that are manufactured following sustainable principles. So not only industrial productivity and international competitiveness relate to this topic, but also the climate objectives are very significant drivers when thinking about the industrial regeneration. And the slide that I have up here, when we talk about the meaning of AI and technologies in Finland, we can also say that Finland has been one of the front runners in AI and European Union's digital development. And for the past years, Finland has ranked high, and this year, the first in the Digital Economy and Society Index, which measures the progress of digitalization in society at a larger scale. And the Finnish strengths are population's basic digital skills, digital infrastructure, and digital public services. So we do have a lot of strengths. The basic level of digital skills is relatively high. However, in several contexts, Finland has also been found to lag behind its key reference countries in the development of industrial productivity. So we do indeed need further efforts to establish a truly digital economy and need some, there's a lot of work to do still. Well, a bit of background. So as said, Finland has been very active in the field of AI, and we were one of the first countries to launch a national AI strategy back in 2017. And the objective of the program was to make Finland a leader in the application of AI. And one of the objectives of the strategy work was to ensure a human-centric introduction of artificial intelligence while securing competitiveness and economic growth of businesses. And as an example, a concrete example stemming from our strategy work back in 2017, I would gladly mention the Elements of AI course. So the Elements of AI course is a free online course introducing the basics of artificial intelligence to anyone interested. So basically anyone can go on and do the course, and it has now by now attracted over 500,000 participants from all over the world. So it has been very popular. And the course was also translated into all official languages of the European Union as a gift to the EU during the Finnish presidency. And so it's available in other languages as well. But as said, the work doesn't end here, and we still do have a lot to do. So a few years ago, back in November 2020, Finland took the next step in the field of AI by launching a program called Artificial Intelligence 4.0. And this is the main topic of my presentation today. our Minister of Economic Affairs appointed a steering group to prepare an action plan for Finland to speed up the introduction of AI and to promote the fourth industrial revolution. And at the time it was launched, the program was named Artificial Intelligence 4.0, coming from this idea. And since the preparation and launch of the program, we have been guided by the idea that the most significant areas of growth and business development effects of AI will become apparent as part of this greater reform, greater industrial reform, and refer to it as Industry 4.0 in this context. And what we mean by it is that machine learning and other individual AI technologies combined with a wide range of learning and wide range of other digital technologies will together enable industrial change and accelerate the twin transition, or the green and digital transition of the economy. And throughout the term of our steering group, we have particularly focused on finding ways to get our SMEs on board the AI development and adoption, as the use of data and machine learning continues to reform the economic structures and the process of value creation overall. Because, as was mentioned in some presentations early today, data is the raw material for AI and machine learning. So no matter what the size of a company, industry, or what the technical competences are, data is a very critical business tool for every organization. And the use of real-time data and machine learning can be very useful also when trying to achieve our goals, sustainability goals, and enable efficiency and efficiency in the use of technologies. And when thinking about this, predictive maintenance is a real good example of the benefits of data and machine learning. In predictive maintenance, real-time data and machine learning enable safety, equipment reliability, and sustainability. So this is one example of that. And we have recently published our final report, Finland as a leader in the twin transition. It is now unfortunately only in Finnish, but we will publish an English translation this month. And so soon you'll be maybe able to read our key messages as well in English. And this report presents our key messages of the entire program during our term. And we have been working on this report and the key messages for the past 2 years. And why we have been working on this for the past 2 years is that, as seen on the slides, our vision for the program is that the Finnish manufacturing industry will be clean, efficient, and digital by 2030. So we have been thinking about this greater reform and the use of technologies and all the possibilities that it can offer to us. And this vision would mean that the key assets of the Finnish industry would be then sustainability, capacity for renewal, and technological leadership. We need all of them to reach this goal of being clean, efficient, and digital by 2030. And our goal is that digitalization would be used in the promotion of industrial productivity and international competitiveness. And in addition, we would have these ethically sustainable solutions that would accelerate the digital and green transition, or the twin transition, and this way would be increased in the global market as well. And to achieve this vision, we have identified 3 different development areas. So the first of which is strengthening the high-level research on key technologies, as well as development activities and investments. This means that the investments in research, development, and leading technologies should be something that we should concentrate in. And leading technologies or key technologies include the aforementioned wireless information networks, 5G and the future 6G, artificial intelligence, and quantum technology. And in Finland, we already do have a very strong tradition in AR research and other innovative technologies. And these include signal processing, electronics, and radio technology, theoretical algorithm research, edge computing, as well as the 5G and 6G technology. However, at the moment, investments in leading technologies are growing worldwide, and we believe that in order to remain at the forefront of innovation and digitalization, we need to increase investments in our competencies in these key technologies. The second development area relates to increasing digital capabilities and promoting the uptake of technologies that speed up the twin transition in industrial SMEs. So when back in 2017, we concentrated on maybe giving the basic idea of what AI is, what the possibilities are to every citizen in Finland and the EU. Now we have concentrated on the capabilities of SMEs, because the industrial SMEs are at the heart of the Finnish national economy, and the sustainable development of our economy depends on, to a significant degree, on how our SMEs can boost their productivity, improve their competitiveness, and reduce their environmental footprint with the help of new technologies, for example. And we do already have a good situation. According to the DESI index, the percentage of SMEs in Finland with at least a basic level of digital intensity is 82%, whereas the European average is 55%. But still, there is a work to do in this sector, and especially also thinking about the key technologies and the capabilities that we should concentrate on. The last but not least, the third point, the third development area relates to the international outreach, and it concerns investing in Finland's role internationally. So a key factor in promoting the objectives of the program is networks and ecosystems. So we believe that by sharing our best practices and hearing from others, hearing the innovative ideas, we have the potential to make the most of our advancements. Because we believe that the twin transition especially offers companies new business models and growth opportunities. And in Finland, they're closely linked to the Finnish as well as the European objectives for competitiveness and climate neutral digital industries. And the digital technologies are essential for promoting this green transition, twin transition, digital transition, and increasing the industrial productivity and well-being. So they're important, but digital and green are not automatically connected, and we must keep in mind that digitalization must be harnessed in order to promote the green transition and our low carbon goals. In our final reports, as an essential element for the development areas, we have also presented these separate action plans with specific monitoring indicators for each development area. I will not go into detail, but in addition, we have also proposed the creation of a high-level roundtable, which would be responsible for advancing the action plan on a strategic level after the end of our program's term. So by bringing high-level representatives from AI startups, industry, and research all over the economy and society, we can strive for sustainable innovation and data-driven digital transformation of society, and hear all the voices that need to be heard. And safe to say, even though we have published our final reports and our program term ends next March, so March 2023, the work doesn't end here, so we need to implement the actions and ideas thoughts throughout the program. This is my last slide. So as a conclusion, as said, digital technologies are advancing at an increasingly rapid pace, but the technologies are very essential for promoting our goals in sustainability and increasing the productivity and overall well-being in society. But as said, AI and technologies are merely tools, which is why our focus should be in what we are going to use them for. So we need to think about the big picture, and we need to think about our vision for developing technologies and for reaching our sustainability goals. And in Finland, as said, we aim to make Finland a sustainable winner in digitalization and lead the way in the twin transition of industry. And we do, excuse me, already have a good situation. We have been front runners in human-centric AI, but we still have some work to do, and the twin transition offers companies new business and growth opportunities, but we must do work to embrace this opportunity of tech in order to benefit from the opportunities of digitalization and build an economy that is both sustainable and competitiveness. And only this way we can make the most of AI and other high impact technologies. Yes, thank you for your attention. I'll end my presentation here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Christine. And I think that this is the way. So I was also really impressed when I was in VTT in Expo and see the investment also, for example, in quantum computing. You mentioned it before. So they are building up. There is already there a quantum computer that is going to be finished, I know, and put in place very soon for doing research. So and we had a presentation from the head of the department of the the quantum computing department. So it's really interesting to see how really there is a one-to-one link between the investments and the strategy and the guidelines that the country is able to do and to put in place, and then the action. So it's not just wording, it's not just blah blah, it's not just talking about what we can do for the future, but it's building up really the future. For example, I mean, also the motto of VTT is really nice, because it's something thinking about behind the obvious. So it is not just technology, and the vision that research there and the investment there are putting in place being people-centric, so human-centric, a human-centric approach, and giving all the population. You mentioned the AI course, the element of AI, and next we will have Minna Learn, which is the author, and they put in place this education model. So thank you very much and I hope please send your presentation and we will share it, and thank you very much for being here. If you want to remain for a while, and hope to see you soon. And kiitos is one of the few words that I remember.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
And now, since we talk about education, we talk about and was mentioned the element of AI, which is one of the education model that are provided by Minna Learn. And so now we have Ville Sinisalo, which is the business developer of Minna Learn, and Minna Learn is online learning for the future of work. So is rethinking how we are going to provide education and training in order to anticipate and to build up new competencies and new way to interact. So thank you, Ville, for being here.
Absolutely, thank you. It's really great to be here. Thank you for the invitation, definitely.
Yes, and I had the chance to meet Ville in Helsinki twice, because once it was your presentation in Reactor, and then it was by the new headquarters of MinaLearn, and it was talking about also the collaboration about this. So please, since your presentation is about MinaLearn and the future of education, so is really looking at tomorrow, and please, we can have a little check, the usual little check of a presentation, if you can share it.
Yeah, definitely. I will share my screen here, and I think I need to share the whole browser. There we go, and start the slide screen. So it should be a full screen now.
Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, I gathered a few slides and thought I would be kind of like talking about kind of like how to thrive in the future, and what we have learned at MinaLearn, kind of like what are the stepping stones for every organization that would need to close down the digital skills gap or learn new things on working together and so forth. So just a short introduction to MinaLearn itself. We think ourselves kind of like pioneers of online learning. We haven't been the first ones around, but we think that we can bring always a new insight for everything that we do. We started with elements of AI, as was mentioned before. We thought how to change basically the venue and the method of MOOCs, or massive online courses. We thought more kind of like a user first. We wanted to ditch the lecture theater, so just kind of like recorded lectures that you used to have, and everything kind of like that we thought to be worth of experimenting came together with elements of AI, and it has really been a huge phenomenon since. We like to kind of like nowadays we like to combine like online materials with human interaction. We really believe kind of like that it enhances the learning and definitely translates to a better results at work. So meaning that you get much more concreteness out of your learning. And most of all, we try to distill kind of like these complex, sometimes complex subjects to approachable and accessible online courses and education as a whole, and try to kind of like help the millions of people that need skills in the workforce to learn faster and learn more efficiently while still doing work, or just kind of like a needing to learn something new. Talking about elements of AI and why we are kind of like really confident on our way of thinking and finding new insights, is of course because it's ranked as the #1 computer science online course. So we thought to do things differently, and it really paid off. So this is a rating by all of the MOOC goers, and it's from Class Central, which is the biggest kind of like platform out there for rating these courses. But for the topic of today, kind of like how to keep your organization ready for the future, wanted to share a few insights that we have gathered. So often as companies or organizations come across some sort of technological barrier, or try to get some sort of new angle to they're doing, trying to get to a next level. They try to solve the problems by hiring, for example, finding new talent, and kind of like finding, for example, people that understand more about AI and then onboarding them to the organization. It's of course one way to go, but it's not always the most sustainable way to go. So we definitely believe that that education is really the backbone of successful organizations. So upskilling and reskilling the workforce and the employees that you have already in the organization is much more efficient. What we have learned is that people do like MOOCs, online courses. They do like to learn on their own time, and kind of like they always find, as you need a new habit to do the learning, like especially while you are working, you tend to put that habit into use when you are commuting to work, or while you are having kind of like some alone time in the evening or in the weekend. So basically everybody's fitting this learning to their own schedules. Like that's the main point, what people would like to do. But also people do like to be around other humans and learn together. So there's a kind of like a bit of kind of like a two-way street here. So on the other hand, they like to learn alone on online, and on the other hand, they do like to learn in classrooms. But then again, people do believe that quite short sessions, so 20 to 50 minutes, are the most kind of like successful. So they are not able to spend too much of a time concentrating on the learning. So then again, kind of like, at least from that insight, we don't believe kind of like this full day courses that you sit on a chair for the full day, having some coffees in between, but just to try to kind of like get the education during and build the habit that you learn during your work day, or like during your other daily life. That's part of the market intelligence that we have gathered from other vendors and other educators out there, but we have done a lot research of our own as well. As mentioned already, kind of like elements of AI, and our platform has a massive amount of learners already, nearly 1 million. So we have analyzed a big bunch of the student data. For example, here you can see a screenshot of the elements of AI course and the funnel, how people go through the exercises and how they kind of like have success in them. So that's a big kind of like an insight factor from to us, kind of like to better understand how the learner works in the online environment. Also, we have done a lot of interviewing. So we have interviewed individual learners that have taken or have started our course or courses. We have interviewed a lot of companies about their needs for the skill set that the employees should have now or in the future. And we have interviewed a lot of thought leaders as well to figure out kind of like the trends and where the world is going to. And we have also participated a lot in the public discourse, and we are still doing a lot of policy work. We are, for example, like part of this roundtable consortium for the EU Commission on these topics. But from all of that, we have distilled basically our new approach, or our method that we see that would be the best solution to kind of like solve the problems, especially on the corporate learning. So already kind of like people that are in the workforce. So this is meant more from that angle. So as we see that classroom trainings are high at cost, and there's a large management overhead. and they do deliver big chunks of knowledge, but it's kind of like away from the actual work, and it's impossible to digest it all. And then again, compared to online learning, so finding time, building the habit can be a bit difficult, and online learning gets easily deprioritized when you have like a more prioritized work or kind of prioritized home life that you need to do. So for what we have done is to put these basically two things together as part of this Minna Learn journey. So basically we are combining self-study, the things that you do online, with this cohort-based around 10 people groups where you learn by doing, basically. So we are not teaching the people that we are seeing face-to-face as this type of teacher-student method, but we flipped basically the classroom. So basically all of the students are teaching themselves. So we just are there by facilitating these sessions. So basically the learners are doing the work themselves, first at home and then in these meetups. But these meetups keep people in the schedule of learning, and also support peer support, and also the most important thing, those sessions kind of like really emphasize on the concreteness of the learning. So people kind of like put those ideas that they have self-studied into action, kind of like thinking how these topics, for example, are relevant to my work and my organization. So really taking kind of like things to concrete level and making the change in the organization. But of course, we really do believe that everything can be taught, for example, within the organization itself. So we have designed our whole product so that anyone can basically facilitate these learning groups where people come together. So we provide the bite-sized content, we provide the online courses, we provide the facilitation handbook manuals for the facilitations, and of course the automatic tools and the data to follow the progress as well. So kind of like it's a full solution on that sense. Just a brief overview of our courses, what we are offering today. We are constantly building new courses. We really do believe on kind of like a curated content. So we really put a lot of emphasis, a lot of effort onto these courses. Like for example, we spent with the elements of AI, we spent nearly a year just making the content of it. We spent 200,000, I think, kind of like on cash just for the one course. And it's a bit of a similar story for rest of the courses as well. We have streamlined a little bit. We know what we are doing, so we tend to use around 6 months per course. So that really means that we put a lot of effort to it, and kind of like we really kind of like want to make sure that it's the most relevant course on that topic that you can really find. How we have what kind of courses do we have at the moment? Like we have broken these into 4 themes, you might say. We started with elements of AI as said, so AI is a big thing. We believe, and as it's not just our belief, but AI is going to be the kind of the backbone of the future technologies. It's going to be kind of like around everything. So we have started from that kind of like elements of AI, the really introduction, the basics, and there you can like go forward with building AI, start learning a little bit of Python. We have this sector specific AI for built environment, for example, on that sense as well. Then we have the digitalization courses, so basic skills, really basic skills about basic digital skills. That's done together with the EU Commission. we have a few courses on society as a whole, and then we have a bunch of bunch of courses for the future of work, so also really for the organizations and everything in the what should the the future employee kind of like learn. I think I'm not going to go into details about these courses, and I might stop here as I think my slot is ending. But happy to take questions, of course. And Roberta, do you have anything, and do you want to have more insights on some of the courses?
Thank you very much, Ville, for your presentation. Yes, we had the chance to meet, and you did present me all the huge work that is behind this new approach that you are building up day by day, also by releasing new courses. I'm very happy to say that we are now establishing a connection also because we want to collaborate, and G-Gravity will be an entry point to Italy for MinaLearn. So the collaboration with you and could help us in accelerating, since we are going to launch beginning 2023 our training and education business line. So we are very happy about the collaboration we are starting. And in your opinion, do you think that since also the project was adopted by EU, as you mentioned before, do you really think that since also the market of education, I think there is a projection of about, I don't remember exactly the number, but the edutech environment, the edutech sector is really huge and also well evaluated in billions in the next year. And do you think that there are different projects that are going in this direction? Do you think that EU, since there is and there are many issues about educating people, is doing in the right way, or what is missing anyway?
Yeah, that's a discussion that we have had, or like I have been having quite a lot, like with the Commission also, kind of like what are the ways that the EU should take policy, for example, and of course it's not just about the EU. It is of course a lot about the member states as well. On that sense, we do believe, and we really walk the walk. Also, what I'm saying, so we do believe that the basic courses, the basic skills, should be available for everybody. So for like for example, all of the basic skills courses that we have are free of people to take, and most of those are translated in bunch of languages. And we believe that the access should be equal, so to say. So you don't have to learn a language first before you can take the course, but you can take it on your mother tongue, because like the basic digital skills are definitely something that everyone needs to learn for the future.
Yes, because granted, equality is really providing all the people the right tool for their life, for understanding the world, because we are living in a very complicated world outside, and sometimes it's difficult because we are using technologies in some ways, especially the wide population, but without really some critical elements and the ability to understand what's going on there, because we see, for example, what about this cyberbullying or many things that are happening on the technology. The technology in itself is neutral, so it is not good or bad, but it's the way we are using it, and also the way people use it with consciousness, I mean, and not just because it's available. So I think it is really a great approach what you are doing, and I'm very happy to start collaborating with you. So thank you very much, Ville, Kitos. And if you want to remain for a while with us, now we are going to award the 3 startups that we choose among all the participants and all the applications that we received. I'm switching to Italian now, but anyway, thank you very much. Ecco, torno all'italiano anch'io con un po' di fatica. Avevamo abbinato al nostro ciclo di eventi quest'anno una call for innovation, o comunque una call for startup, che aveva l'intenzione di andare a selezionare una serie di progetti, raccogliere progetti startup con cui poi noi come hub di innovazione cerchiamo di collaborare proprio poi verso il mercato e in questo avvio di questo bridge, di questo ponte e di questa collaborazione soprattutto con l'ecosistema finlandese, garantire anche una visione internazionale e accesso a determinate risorse. Avevamo indirizzato una serie di tecnologie, applicazioni e modelli di business, quindi legato al concetto poi macro che ha sotteso un po' tutto il ciclo degli eventi, che è il One Health. Avevamo appunto lanciato questa call sull'economia circolare applicata nell'ambito della salute, sugli approcci al mondo ESG, quindi alla sostenibilità e a come gestire e misurare insomma l'ambito della sostenibilità, le soluzioni in ambito industriale che abbiano un approccio e una visione al futuro, la medicina di precisione, la medicina rigenerativa e molto altro. E avevamo preso in considerazione dei progetti che avessero già una capacità di stare sul mercato. In questo senso, allora, inizio ad annunciare intanto i 3 vincitori. In realtà, siccome volevamo dare all'inizio solo un premio, poi abbiamo visto che c'erano tanti progetti interessanti e quindi abbiamo deciso di stabilire 3 categorie entro le quali premiare una startup. Allora, visto che sono una donna, parto col mondo femminile perché abbiamo istituito questo premio Women's Health e abbiamo in collegamento Gaia Salizzoni per il progetto Ale. Grazie Gaia di essere con noi stamattina. Tu sei a Berlino, giusto?
Sì, buongiorno, grazie mille di avermi qui, sono a Berlino in questo momento.
Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno a te, è stato veramente un piacere perché il progetto è molto interessante e mi piacerebbe che tu raccontassi in un minuto come mai la genesi di Ale, poi vi darò la motivazione. Mi spiace che non possiate essere qua, terremo qua la targa, quando passi da Milano ci vieni a trovare e vediamo anche di darti il premio fisico. Raccontaci un attimo di Ale.
Allora, ma in realtà il motivo è molto semplice dell'uscita di questo progetto, nel senso che come per fortuna ultimamente in Italia si inizia a conoscere, c'è una serie di patologie croniche che appunto riguardano sia gli uomini che le donne, ma prevalentemente il corpo femminile, che appunto riguardano la sfera intima genitale, come la vulvodinia, l'endometriosi e altri tipi di condizioni che appunto, oltre a essere croniche, quindi durare per più di 3 mesi e per lungo tempo, nel corso degli anni impattano fortemente la qualità della vita delle persone che ne soffrono, da un punto di vista chiaramente sessuale e relazionale, ma anche a livello di banalmente dal modo in cui ci si veste, al modo in cui si riesce o non si riesce a lavorare, a viaggiare, a stare seduti, a guidare. E questo porta la maggior parte delle persone, si parla di una donna su 4 che ne soffre, una persona con vulva su 4, di queste persone, che quindi è una grandissima quantità di persone, più o meno il 70% nel tempo sviluppano depressione, ansia e altri tipi di problemi mentali, perché chiaramente c'è un impatto molto forte nella sfera quotidiana. Quindi quello che facciamo noi è semplicemente cercare di dare una risposta a questo bisogno che al momento non esiste, se non in piccola parte, e quindi abbiamo sviluppato questa applicazione per dare un supporto di mental health per queste persone, per cercare di non tanto guarire necessariamente, perché a volte non è possibile, ma veramente cercare di vivere meglio con questo dolore nel corso del tempo. Quindi una parte sia educativa che una parte più psicologica, psicoterapeutica.
Sì, in effetti il tema è un po' questo, no? Che spesso nella cura, soprattutto delle cronicità, certo ci sono i supporti terapeutici, le medicine, tutto quello che uno può prendere, però quello che poi manca è un supporto al quotidiano, è un supporto all'impatto, come dicevi bene, sulla vita, no? Quindi allo stress che la cronicità induce. E poi credo che la cosa molto interessante del vostro progetto, appunto, che indirizza una tematica oggi meno male un po' sotto i riflettori, che è quella della medicina di genere, no? Perché la medicina non è ci sono delle differenze, insomma, nelle persone in generale e a maggior ragione anche per la fisiologia femminile o maschile, quindi è chiaro che questo può incidere, anche perché ne parlavo tempo fa, o forse era emerso in una tavola rotonda che avevamo fatto proprio nel ciclo di Program.ONE, il fatto che anche i trial, per esempio, clinici spesso sono condotti senza tener conto di una serie di elementi anche di genere in generale, quindi di tutti i generi possibili, e questo poi incide anche sulle terapie a valle, no? Quindi soprattutto sull'efficacia o meno nell'applicazione, soprattutto perché tendenzialmente vengono fatte su cohort maschili.
No, assolutamente vero.
E quindi questo è un tema. E allora andiamo alla motivazione. Quindi noi vi abbiamo premiato proprio perché indirizzate la medicina di genere e la maggiore attenzione alla salute delle donne in generale, con anche obiettivi che sono quelli che poi si perseguono anche a livello degli obiettivi 2030 di sviluppo sostenibile, indirizzando un tema spesso invisibile, perché sono tematiche spesso per vari motivi invisibili, come quello del dolore pelvico, e dando una soluzione anche community a sostegno del problema. Mi spiace non potertelo dare in persona, ma qui abbiamo una simpatica vela.
Verrò a prenderlo.
È una vela perché diciamo che speriamo che tutti questi progetti navighino velocemente con un vento nuovo per il futuro. E soprattutto l'ultima cosa che volevo chiederti è, diciamo, visto che appunto voi siete adesso accelerate incubate a Berlino, quindi avete fatto una scelta anche di vita in questo senso, in un ecosistema dico ahimè più brillante del nostro, un po' come tutto quello che abbiamo visto sulla Finlandia stamattina. Come vi state trovando?
Sì, diciamo che ci sono sicuramente più vele, se vogliamo restare in ambito nautico, da alcuni punti di vista. Poi sicuramente anche l'Italia ha un sacco di vantaggi, per cui magari ritorneremo in futuro, però sì, ci stiamo trovando molto bene perché abbiamo trovato uno spazio in cui i fondi pubblici sono incanalati in modo molto efficace ed efficiente nel supporto delle start-up. E quindi sì, diciamo che possiamo beneficiare di tutto quello che sono spazi, contatti, eventi e anche coaching, senza dover neanche cedere dell'equity, che è una cosa molto buona per chi insomma è in una fase abbastanza sì, all'inizio della startup.
Bene, allora complimenti ancora Gaia
grazie
e a tutto
mille,
il vostro team,
e
mi auguro di poterci vedere presto, anche perché mi farebbe piacere magari nelle prossime settimane fare una chiacchierata con più calma per capire se possiamo anche noi aiutarvi in qualche modo.
Assolutamente, grazie mille.
Grazie a voi, grazie. Allora, abbiamo adesso in linea invece Simone Melchionna, che invito ad accendere il video. Ci sei, Simone? Non ci risponde, lo vediamo online, ma non... Vabbè, allora in attesa switchiamo sulla presenza e quindi invece invito Lorenzo Di Catal. Ah, ecco, allora, scusate, piccolo, ma lasciamo la presenza per ultimo, allora. Eccoti. Ciao Simone, come stai?
Ciao, bene, grazie.
Bene. Allora, il secondo progetto invece è legato alla categoria che abbiamo definito Digital Health and Diagnostics, e quindi il progetto premiato è Medlea, in particolare la piattaforma Digital Twin che avete sviluppato. E quindi intanto ti do la motivazione del premio per la visione sull'utilizzo delle tecnologie DIP e la capacità di portare al mercato un modello piattaforma scalabile in ambito diagnostica predittiva basata su Digital Twin Technologies.
Grazie, grazie mille.
No, grazie a voi perché avete partecipato, e poi abbiamo avuto anche l'occasione di incontrarci al Meeting Italy di recente. Esatto. E devo dire che la tecnologia che avete sviluppato e quindi la piattaforma è molto impressive, e volevo chiederti com'è nata l'idea, diciamo, di Medlea, o comunque di questo progetto in particolare che avevi presentato.
Allora, innanzitutto vedo che c'è un cane sul mio schermo, ma non so il motivo, è comparso un avatar, non so se lo vedete.
Va bene, vabbè, è simpatico.
Allora, il Digital Twin per noi è stata un'intuizione avvenuta molti anni fa, quando io stesso eravamo negli Stati Uniti e facevamo ricerca sia industriale che accademica, e l'idea era quella di trasferire la realtà fisica ad un gemello che potesse avere una valenza funzionale o dinamica. Questo era un'idea, diciamo, già che circolava in alcuni ambienti, però non era stato mai articolato in un ambito medicale. Qui parliamo di più di 10 anni fa. A quel punto noi abbiamo cominciato a lavorare e abbiamo fatto alcuni prototipi sia in ambito cardiovascolare, ma poi negli ultimi anni soprattutto in ambito respiratorio, e abbiamo visto che era possibile congiungere alcuni aspetti fondamentali legati al knowledge personale dei team, insomma, delle persone del team, al concetto di simulazione di organi, in questo caso organi respiratori, e quindi anche, diciamo, concetti di intelligenza artificiale per creare un digital twin di tipo funzionale o dinamico, quindi che rappresenta un organo nella sua interezza, nell'aspetto fisiopatologico, quindi se il polmone, per esempio, lavora correttamente, se ha delle lesioni, delle malformazioni o addirittura se è in corso di evoluzione a causa di una patologia che progredisce. Quindi abbiamo ragionato su questi prodotti che avevamo sviluppato e abbiamo deciso di rivolgersi verso un concetto di piattaforma orientata alla digitalizzazione degli organi, partendo da quello respiratorio, per poi fare delle diagnostiche morfologiche e funzionali e poi delle predizioni. Quindi questo è un po' stato, diciamo, l'evoluzione negli anni. Oggi siamo arrivati a una piattaforma che è già in forma alfa, che è stata anche certificata in una prima fase, e abbiamo bisogno ovviamente di progredire e di sviluppare ulteriormente sia l'attività business che il prodotto.
Certo, bene. Bene, bene, bene. Sì, il progetto è decisamente molto interessante. È vero, anni fa già si parlava di digital twin, mi ricordo per esempio in ambito simulation c'erano le piattaforme, vabbè, magari non erano... Avevano iniziato a lavorare sulla parte poi human, medicale. Mi ricordo molto ANSYS, che è stata... siccome ANSYS ha delle piattaforme, insomma, nell'ambito della simulazione che erano più legate però alla fisica, alla dinamica dei fluidi, insomma, ma so che avevano iniziato già anni fa anche loro a lavorare un po' in questa direzione, ed è un tema di cui si sente parlare molto, ma credo che voi lo abbiate decisamente sviluppato in maniera egregia, ed è per questo che anche a te faccio vedere la targa da qui, però
Grazie.
mi auguro di averti presto qua con noi, anche perché appunto anche con te vogliamo, insomma, parlare un po' più approfonditamente di come graviti. Beh, diciamo che non c'è solo una targa premio, il premio poi adesso dirò a cosa dà diritto. In ogni caso, al di là del premio in sé, i progetti che abbiamo selezionato sono progetti interessanti e con i quali noi ci auguriamo di poter sviluppare delle collaborazioni.
Grazie,
Quindi,
sono onorato di ricevere questo premio.
Grazie a te, siamo noi onorati di potertelo dare. Grazie Simone, grazie ancora.
Grazie a voi.
E passiamo, anzi adesso magari liberiamo un po' i posti qua perché almeno uno dei vincitori lo abbiamo in presenza. Grazie Riccardo. E, invito qua Lorenzo Di Cataldo, che è il CMO di Catachem. Se ci puoi ampliare, prego. Intanto grazie per essere qui, oggi è una mattinata tutta online e quindi sei la nostra presenza fisica. Ecco, allora, intanto la motivazione del premio, noi abbiamo istituito questa categoria MedTech e Tech Solution a Catachem per un progetto che unisce tecnologie e piattaforme AI consentendo di approcciare in modo smart e accelerato lo sviluppo di nuove molecole. Raccontaci un attimo di Catachem.
Grazie davvero innanzitutto anche per avermi qua.
Ah, giusto, il microfono, sorry.
Eccoci qua. Innanzitutto grazie mille per avermi qui in presenza e per il premio, ovviamente. Catachem è un progetto nato nella mente di Marco Francardi e Emanuele Oliviero, che sono i due co-founder, nel 2016-2017, e poi nel 2019 è diventato azienda, quindi sono 3 anni che si lavora ufficialmente a questo progetto, ed è un robot pensato per aumentare il tempo a disposizione dei chimici per lavorare su progetti ad alto impatto, quindi togliere tutte quelle che sono le loro attività a basso valore aggiunto, quindi tutte le operazioni manuali e ripetitive, e dar loro modo di sfogare la loro fantasia nell'inventare nuovi esperimenti e poi replicare le ricette, cioè i processi chimici, delegandoli al robot in modo tale da renderli 100% riproducibili in questo momento.
Sì, la cosa interessante che ho visto nella presentazione che ho visto appunto vostra al Meet in Italy, dove siete stati altrettanto premiati come Simone, quindi insomma poi speriamo che ci siano anche, oltre i premi e le targhe, anche altre cose che arrivano. Però appunto la cosa interessante è anche l'idea della pot, no? Quindi una sorta di il pentolone magico, no? Da un lato, e quindi la capacità di aver integrato le tecnologie in un mercato in cui ho visto dalla presentazione che ci sono degli altri attori che ci stanno lavorando, ma quello che voi avete fatto a livello anche hardware, che è un tema sempre molto scottante, no? Perché finché non è difficile, cioè non è facile fare il mestiere digital, per amor del cielo, soprattutto quando ci sono di mezzo tecnologie deep, ma ancora di più la complessità di sviluppare un progetto con hardware, anche perché spesso incontra delle difficoltà a livello di fundraise, perché i cicli anche economici della produzione di questi oggetti, l'industrializzazione spesso è molto complessa, e quindi questo un po' tiene alla larga certi investitori che sono più propensi agli elementi digitali. Però voi avete una combinazione, secondo me, molto interessante, al di là della componente hardware, quindi dello strumento e del robot. Avete anche la piattaforma quindi una piattaforma di knowledge sharing about le ricette e le molecole, quindi la possibilità di accelerare un processo, di fare leverage sulle scoperte e su quello che tutti quelli che saranno all'interno alla fine di una community di chimica potranno sviluppare, e un engine AI che ha un ruolo di che tipo in particolare?
Quello di velocizzare sia diciamo, il processo di sviluppo di nuove molecole, cioè consigliare ai chimici la strada più veloce per raggiungere il risultato desiderato, sia per rendere i loro processi più sostenibili. Quindi una volta che avremo una massa critica di dati, e noi pensiamo di averli entro 3 anni, riusciremo a dire, caro chimico, caro ricercatore, adesso stai facendo una reazione a 35 gradi, guarda che lo stesso prodotto lo riesci ad avere anche a 33 gradi. E ovviamente su piccola scala, quindi su 1 litro, 5 litri, 10 litri, 2 gradi non fanno tanta differenza. Se quel prodotto però va a mercato e bisogna farne centinaia di migliaia di litri, 2 gradi fanno una grandissima differenza.
Esatto.
Ritornando un attimo sul fundraising e sulla difficoltà del convogliare questa doppia natura che abbiamo in questo momento nel mondo chimico. Ero a San Francisco un paio di settimane fa per il Disrupt, il Tecnologia Disrupt. C'era Amazon che con AWS Life Science sta investendo tantissimo in questo, sia in chemicals che in biotech. E noi vediamo sempre più investimenti andare verso il software, ma pochissimo andare verso l'hardware. E facendo un passo indietro è come se, un passo indietro di tanti anni, di una trentina d'anni, è come se in tantissimi stessero investendo in Microsoft, in tutte le piattaforme digitali, ma nessuno stia investendo sul computer, cioè sull'hardware.
Certo.
O tutti stiano investendo sulle app e nessuno stia investendo sugli smartphone. Dunque in questo momento ci sono già delle soluzioni per rendere appunto le ricette più veloci, cioè il processo di sviluppo più veloce tramite intelligenza artificiale. Il problema è che i dati che vengono inseriti, i dati in pasto all'intelligenza artificiale, sono presi da umani e scritti da umani, spesso su Excel, e dunque totalmente unreliable. Abbiamo IBM che utilizza Watson, però partendo da paper scritti da umani con dati presi a mano da umani. Quindi, come abbiamo visto, il tasso di riproducibilità è ancora basso.
Sì, perché poi è questo, il fatto di poter appunto riprodurre, ottimizzare un processo, accelerarlo. Sì, è vero, infatti un po' da sempre questo tema sugli investimenti laddove c'è una componente fisica di prodotto, tant'è che in realtà sono molto molto pochi, purtroppo dico, perché io sempre ho un po' avuto la passione anche per gli oggetti, quindi per il prodotto fisico, soprattutto la parte insomma elettronica o molti secoli fa mi sono occupata anche di controllo di processo in ambienti industriali però sto parlando della preistoria, e mi è rimasta un po' questa idea, ed è un peccato che vi siano veramente pochi acceleratori che diciamo hanno la capacità. Alcuni sono industry driven necessariamente, per esempio adesso non mi ricordo il nome, ma ce n'è uno proprio negli Stati Uniti che almeno per quello che mi ricordo era finanziato dall'industria cinese, in particolare dei produttori elettronici, perché vogliono garantirsi. E in Europa abbiamo uno dei nostri partner che sviluppa, diciamo, anche attività un po' simili a questa, insomma, non di premiazione ma anche di match con aziende del settore, proprio perché c'è un demanding da parte di quelli che sono magari i produttori di elettronica in particolare, e forse questa può essere una strada per sostenere, perché l'investitore tipicamente, non tutti, ma insomma la maggior parte, vede più un ritorno veloce e un ciclo di cassa più rapido, subscription, incasso, vendo digital, quindi milioni di cose, e un conto è, bene, quale ciclo industriale, anche fare il business plan, insomma, di una parte industriale è un mal di testa diverso, no? Nel digital ci sono altri mal di testa, però voi avete tutte e due le componenti.
Noi abbiamo tutte e due le componenti, anche perché non ci proponiamo come soluzione hardware.
Certo.
Noi in realtà l'hardware lo diamo in comodato d'uso gratuito.
Che è la strada, sì.
È il software quello che guida poi la nostra soluzione, quindi la licenza di utilizzo del software, la possibilità di controllare tutto l'inventario in maniera automatica. Noi sappiamo quello che si sta utilizzando, il reagente, quanto un reagente si sta utilizzando al milligrammo, quindi sappiamo esattamente come funziona l'inventario. Il quaderno elettronico di laboratorio, laddove adesso invece in molti casi viene scritto a mano e ci sono i faldoni dentro i raccoglitori, dentro gli armadi, e magari un'azienda, un laboratorio di ricerca in Cina e un altro in Italia, e quei faldoni lì non vengono scambiati.
No, beh, certo.
Si mandano
C'è
forse
ancora
le foto.
una certa artigianalità, almeno nella gestione del laboratorio, laddove invece la vostra soluzione diventa un tutt'uno esatto, come dicevi tu, alleggerire della componente più manuale, quella che non dicono che sia una perdita di tempo, perché poi come un po' in tanti ambiti, la capacità anche pratica, manuale di chi lavora, no? sulla scienza in modo applicato è importante, però a un certo punto, se c'è un macchinario che lo fa, io mi posso dedicare più a ragionare su altre cose.
Ma certo, è come se, facendo una similitudine con il mondo della musica, è come se io adesso volessi riprodurre un brano di Bach e dovessi avere qui un pianoforte e una persona che sappia suonare proprio quella sonata di Bach. E se nessuno la sa suonare, non l'ascoltiamo. E questo non è scalabile, perché in un laboratorio, se non ho quella persona che sa fare quel processo, e lo sa fare bene, perfettamente, io quel processo non lo posso fare, e se quella persona va via e una nuova persona, esatto, e una nuova persona entra e vede il ricettario, il quaderno di laboratorio, ci metterà da 2 a 6 mesi
a capire cosa fare,
a ottenere lo stesso risultato, e questo vale anche per i paper scientifici. E quindi quanto tempo stiamo facendo perdere a degli artisti? I chimici sono degli artisti, inventano cose nuove tutti i giorni, e purtroppo noi stiamo facendo perdere tempo, e che poi perdiamo noi come umanità, perché la scienza prima o poi troverà la soluzione a tutto, a tutto. Quindi se guardiamo Star Trek, il cellulare l'avevamo pensato qualche tempo prima, ma prima o poi ci arriveremo alle cose che vediamo in Star Trek. Velocizzando il lavoro dei chimici ci possiamo arrivare più prima che dopo.
Certo, guadagnandoci anche in salute. Poi magari qualcuno invece fa delle applicazioni un po' stile Breaking Bad, però vabbè, questo è un altro tema.
Se noi fossimo stati sul mercato prima di Breaking Bad,
si poteva fare un product placement all'interno del telefilm.
Ma non ci sarebbe stato il telefilm, perché il vero valore di Walter White è sapere la ricetta. Esatto, poi noi abbiamo dei blocchi per alcune sostanze.
Certo, ci mancherebbe. Adesso stiamo facendo una battuta, ma è sicuramente interessante. Un'altra cosa che mi sembrava, però magari non lo so se è così, è il fatto che questo tipo di product service system credo che sia anche interessante in paesi magari in via di sviluppo, comunque in ambiti dove magari non c'è accesso a una complessità laboratoriale, ma dove diciamo, catachemi, robot e l'accesso alla piattaforma possono diventare un fattore accelerante per creare anche nuovo know-how localmente, piuttosto che dover attrezzare magari in maniera particolare uno spazio laboratoriale. Quindi è anche una soluzione, secondo voi, che può avere un futuro in questo senso?
Assolutamente sì. Noi non vediamo l'ora di avere la possibilità proprio economica di mandare delle nostre macchine in località rurali dove ad esempio non si riescono a produrre creme solari. Quindi abbiamo un progetto in mente con una onlus che aiuta le popolazioni albine africane, che sono viste come
sì, c'è anche un
male
tema
dalla popolazione locale, e quindi non hanno accesso ad esempio alle creme solari. E quindi quello che vorremmo fare, e non hanno accesso nemmeno al know-how per farle, e quindi quello che vorremmo fare è mandare giù delle macchine
che possano sviluppare, esattamente.
che possano con un tasto, quindi start, poter replicare la ricetta della crema solare che facciamo qui con ingredienti locali.
Certo. Beh, su questo tema interessante poi ne parleremo, perché visto che il nostro premio, a parte la simpatica vela che do anche a te, almeno ha una certa consistenza, diciamo così.
Grazie.
Quindi eccoci qua.
Grazie mille.
Ma a parte questo, quello che noi rendiamo disponibile, insomma, da fine anno, insomma, da adesso fino a tutto il 2023, è intanto per chi vuole usufruire del nostro spazio, e quindi una sorta di membership onoraria Gravity, e soprattutto il fatto di studiare insieme, la possibilità di collaborare. Ho qualche idea proprio a valle di quest'ultimo pensiero soprattutto su paesi dove può essere estremamente rilevante, come dicevi tu, proporre questo tipo di prodotto. Qualche idea l'abbiamo e mi auguro di parlarne presto. E grazie ancora.
Super volentieri. Grazie
Grazie
davvero a
mille
voi.
a te e a tutto il team. Bene, allora con questo direi chiudiamo. Grazie a tutti quelli che si sono collegati stamattina. In ogni caso tutti i nostri contributi sono registrati e li metteremo online presto, e anche spacchettando ogni singolo contributo, sperando che questo possa diventare via via una fonte di informazione e di confronto anche sul nuovo anno e con un nuovo programma. Grazie mille a tutte e tutti.